Hello students, today we will solve problems of case 2. In case 1, there was only one party involved in the transaction. Now in case 2, we will learn calculation of average due date where inter-transactions between two parties are involved. See this problem. Mr. Black and Miss Pink had the following mutual dealings. Purchases by Black from Pink on 6th January 2019, 6,000 rupees. 2nd Feb 2800, 31st March 2000. And sales by Black to Pink 6th January 6,600, 9th March 2400, 20th March 2019 rupees 500. On which date both the parties should settle their account without any loss of interest to either party. They asked us to calculate a date of settlement of their account without any loss of interest to either party. So let's calculate. This is a table for purchases made by Black from Miss Pink. So this is the amount payable by Black, and this table is for sales made by Black, that is amount receivable from Pink. Okay, first I will write due dates. Purchases by Black 6th January 19, then it is 2nd February 2019, then 31st March 2019. Amounts are 6,000, 2,800 and 2,000, and the total is 10,800. We are studying second case, calculation of average due date when there are inter-transaction between two parties. So purchases made by Black from Miss Pink is total rupees 10,800. Now sales made by Black, it is 6 January 2019, 9th March and 20th March. Amounts are 6,600, 2,400 and 500. So total amount is 9,500. It means amount payable by Black to Miss Pink is rupees 10,800, and if amount receivable from Pink, that is sales made by Black, is worth rupees 9,500. So there is a difference of 1,300 between these two amounts. ब्लॅकनी परचेस केलेत म्हणजे 10,800 रुपये पेएबल आहेत आणि सेल्स केल्या म्हणजे 9,500 रिसिवेबल आहेत. म्हणजे अल्टिमेटली 1,300 अमाऊंट इज पेएबल बाय मिस्टर ब्लॅक टू मिस पिंक. दिस इज द केस. ओके, फर्स्ट नाउ वी हॅव टू calculate on which date both the parties should settle the account without any loss of interest to either party. So we will calculate the products. So that for that we have to calculate number of days from base date, that is 0 date. We will take 6 January 2019, that is first date, as a base date. So 6 January to 6 January 0, 6 January to 2nd February. After 6 January there are remaining 25 days of January plus 2 days of February, so answer is 27. Now up to 31st March, 25th day, 5 days of January plus 28 days of February plus 31 days of March, so it is 84. Now let's multiply. that is amount into number of days from 0 date. 6000 into 0 0, 2800 into 27, that is 75,600. Then 84 into 2000, it is easy, it is 1,68,000. And now the total 2,43,600. Total amount is 10,800. Total products are 2,43,600. Now in case of sales made by black, we'll again calculate number of days from 0 date, that is 6 January. See, when there are two parties are involved, we have to take the base date common for both the parties, for calculation of both the parties. Keep it in mind. Okay, so 6 January will be the base date for this table also. 6 January to 6 January 0, then 6 January to 9th March. So remaining days of January 25 plus February 28 plus 9th of March. So total amount is 62. Now 25 days of January, 28 days of February plus 20 days of March, because 20th March is there. So the total will be 73. Now let's multiply this. 6,600 into 0 is 0. Then 2,400 into 62. So it is 1,48,800. Now 500 into 73. So it is 36,500. Okay. Now let's add 1,85,300. So total amount in case of sales made by black to Miss Pink, total receivable amount is 9,500. Total products 1,85,300. Okay. Now to calculate average due date, we have to take difference between the products, that is amount payable and amount receivable, and difference between the amounts payable and amount receivable. Okay. Therefore average due date is equal to base date plus difference of products, means total products, and difference of amount. Therefore base date is 6 January 19 plus 2,43,600 payable amount minus receivable amount 1,85,300 upon real payable amount is 10,800 minus receivable amount 9,500. So 6 Jan plus 2,43,600 minus 1,85,300. So difference is 58,300 upon difference between payable and receivable amount, it is 1,300. मी मगाशीच सांगितलं होतं तुम्हाला हे. ओके. सो 6 January 19 plus 583 upon 13, that is 44.84. 44.84 days. So 6th Jan plus 45 days. After rounding off, 45 days will be there. So we have to add 45 days in 6th January. So 6 plus 45 is equal to 51. We have to deduct all days of January, that is 31 days. So 20 after January there will be February, so 20th February 2019, 20th February 2019 is the average due date, and on 20th February, on this date, I will write here, on this date, Black, Mr. Black has to pay rupees 1300 because payable amount is 10,800 and receivable 9,500. So adjustment between these amount difference is 1300 payable by Mr. Black to clear his account without loss of any interest to either parties. Okay, in this way we have to solve this problem. Now solve this problem in your notebook accordingly. Now see, in this second problem, Yogesh and Yusuf, these two parties are involved and there are inter transactions between these two parties. Two traders, Yogesh and Yusuf, buy goods from one another, each allowing the others 1 month's credit. At the end of 3 months, the accounts rendered as follows. Yogesh to Yusuf, April 18th 12,000, April 15th 14,000, June 16th 16,000. Then Yusuf to Yogesh, April 23rd 10,600, May 24th 10,000. Calculate the date upon which the balance should be paid so that no interest is due either to Yogesh or Yusuf. Okay, so let's calculate. So in this second problem, as we have discussed while reading the problem, Yusuf and Yogesh, these are two traders and they used to buy from one another, each allowing the others 1 month's credit. So credit given is 1 month, so we have to add 1 month in date of transaction and we will calculate due date accordingly. First I will write amounts payable by Yusuf, dates of transaction 18th April, May 15th and June 16th. Okay, now we have to add 1 month in these dates to calculate due date because they are giving 1 month's credit to each other. 1 month after 18th April will be 18th May and plus 3 grace days, so it will be 21st May. Now 15th May plus 1 month, 15th June, and 16th, 17th and 18th June after adding 3 grace days. Now 16th June into 1 month means 16th July, 17th, 18th and 19th July. It will be 19th July. These are the due dates. Okay, now let's write the amounts. 12,000, 14,000 and 16,000. So total is 42,000. Total amount payable by Yusuf, rupees 42,000. Okay, because योगेश टू यूसुफ, योगेशनी यूसुफला माल विकला आहे, सो अमाउंट पेबल बाय यूसुफ इज 42,000. नाउ यूसुफ टू योगेश, हियर वी विल राइट यूसुफ टू योगेश, April 23rd, May 24. Amount is 10,600 and 10,000. Yusuf to Yogesh, I don't know, these amounts are Yusuf to Yogesh means Yusuf amount is payable to Yogesh, I think so. पूर्णपणे दिलेलं नाही आहे की सेल विषयी लिहिलं आहे का अमाऊंट्स विषयी लिहिलं आहे. सो दीज आर अमाऊंट्स payable by Yogesh. Now we will calculate due date after adding 1 month. April 23rd plus 1 month means May 23rd. 23rd May plus 3 grace days, so May 26 it is. 24th May plus 1 month means 24th June plus 3 grace days, so 27th June. Total amount is 20,600. This is amount payable by Yogesh. Now we will calculate number of days from zero date, that is base date for both the tables. Okay, now here first date is 21st May, so I am taking 21st May as a base date in case of this table. So I have to take the same date as a base date for second table also. Keep it in mind. Okay, so from 21st May to 21st May 0, 21st May to 18th June. So remaining days of May, that is 10 days of May and 18 days of June. So 10 plus 18, that is 28 days. तुम्ही असं लिहिण्याची गरज नाही आहे, तुम्ही रफ पेपरवर किंवा कॅल्सीवर कॅल्क्युलेट करून डायरेक्ट ह्या अमाऊंट लिहिल्या तरी चालतील. मी तुम्हाला कळण्यासाठी हे लिहिते आहे. नाव 10 days of May plus all days of June, that is 30 days, and 19 days of July, so it is 59. Okay, now let's multiply. 28 into 14,000, it is 3,92,000. 16,000 into 59, it is 9,44,000. And now we will calculate total products here. Total products, it is 13,36,000. Correct, 13,36,000. Now taking the same date, that is May 21st, even though this date is not in these due dates, we have to take the same date as a base date. So I am taking 21st May again, and I am calculating number of days from this base date or zero date. So from May 21st to May 26th, 5 days. From May 21st to June 27, remaining 10 days of May and 27 days of June, so 37. Okay, now multiply 10,600 into 5, so it is 53,000. 10,000 into 37, 3,70,000. Correct. Now we will calculate total products, so it will be 4,23,000. Okay, now for calculating average due date, मी तुम्हाला मगाच्या प्रॉब्लेममध्ये दाखवलं होतं बघा. ॲव्हरेज ड्यू डेट इज इक्वल टू बेस डेट प्लस डिफरन्स बिटवीन प्रोडक्ट्स अपॉन डिफरन्स ऑफ अमाऊंट. ओके, सो यू विल कॅल्क्युलेट ॲव्हरेज ड्यू डेट हियर. आय होप तुम्हाला दिसतंय व्यवस्थित. ॲव्हरेज ड्यू डेट इज इक्वल टू 21st May. Okay, so I have to take 21st May plus 13,36,000 minus 4,23,000 divided by 42,000 minus 20,600. So average due date is equal to 21st May plus 13,36,000 minus 4,23,000, so it is 9,13,000. Correct. Upon 42,000 minus 20,600, so difference is 21,400. Okay, so 21st May plus it is 42.66 days. 42.66 days. So 21st May plus 43 days. So we will calculate now average due date. First we have to add 21 and 43. So 21 plus 43, it is 64. Okay, then from 64 we have to deduct all days of month of May. So minus 31 days of May. So remaining days are 33. After May, June comes. So all days of June, because 33 is more than all days of June, so minus 30 days of June, so 3. Okay, after June, July comes. So 3rd of July will be the average due date. 3rd July is the average due date. Okay, now on this date, difference between 42,000, this is amount payable by Yusuf and this amount is receivable. So ultimately receivable amount is 21,400. so Yusuf has to pay rupees 21,400 to Yogesh to clear the account on 3rd July. Okay, therefore to clear the account. In this way you have to solve this type of problem. So solve now this problem in your notebook. Now see this third problem, a little bit complicated. X and Y, these are the two parties involved. X and Y had the following mutual dealings. On 1st January 2019, balance owing by Mr. X rupees 5,000. So this is the balance of last year's transactions, rupees 5,000. Then on 29th January, goods sold to Y, credit period 30 days, rupees 1,000. On 31st January 19, goods purchased by X, credit period 1 month, rupees 2,000. On 15th July, goods sold to Y, credit period 30 days, rupees 1,000. And on 31st October, goods purchased by X, credit period 2 months, rupees 1,000. So there are 3 transactions where amount owing by Mr. X and 2 transactions where amounts owing to Mr. X. Okay, so they asked us to ascertain the average due date. Calculate the amount to be paid by X to Y if X wants to settle the account on 23rd November 2019. Third, calculate the date on which X would have to make the payment if X wants to pay rupees 5,590. Interest is charged at 12% per annum. Okay, so let's solve this problem. So now here in this problem, first on 1st January, balance owing by Mr. X rupees 5,000. This is the closing balance of 31st December. This is not the transaction on 1st January, it is the balance. Okay, it is the date of brought down balance and not the date of transaction, 1st January. Then on 31st January, see goods purchased by X, rupees 2,000, credit period 1 month. So on 31st January, 1 month addition means 28th February. मी directly due date काढली आहे, लक्षात येतं आहे. So amount is 2,000. And then see on 31st October, credit period is 2 months, last transaction, goods purchased by X. We have to add 2 months in 31st December. So 31st January and in 31st October. ऑक्टोबर नंतर 2 महिने ॲड करायचे आहेत आपल्याला. सो 30th November and 31st December. सो 31st December 19 is the due date. in last case. These are the purchases made by Mr. X. Now amount sold by Mr. X, that is to Y, so amount receivable from Mr. Y is on 29th January goods sold to Y, credit period 30 days. To have added 30 days, मी जसं तुम्हाला शिकवलं आहे त्याप्रमाणे 30 days ॲड करून ड्यू डेट काढले, विच इज 28th Feb. ओके, नाव नेक्स्ट एंट्री इज ऑफ 15th July. See the second last entry. Goods sold to Y, credit period 30 days, rupees 1000. Okay, so it will be 15th August after adding 30 days. So 15th August is a public holiday, so due date will be 14th August. Understood? Amount is 1000. So amount payable by Mr. X, rupees 8000 to Y, and amount receivable is rupees 2000. Now we will calculate number of days from the zero date, that is base date, 1st January 19. Now see, 1st January 19 is the closing balance of 31st December. So from 31st December to 1st January it is actually, so it will be 1 day, not 0, because this is not the date of transaction, this is the date of brought down balance. Carried down balance date will be 31st December. Keep it in mind. So 1 day. Now from 1st January to 28th Feb, so remaining 30 days of January plus 28 days of Feb, so it will be 58. Again on 31st December 19, from 1st January to 31st December 19, obviously 364 days, because after 1st January mean 30 days of January and all remaining days of the year, so it is 364. तुम्हाला कळलं काय झालं आहे? 1 जानेवारी ते 31 डिसेंबर पहिला डे आपण धरत नाही, 1 जानेवारी नंतरचे दिवस धरतो, म्हणजे 30 दिवस जानेवारीचे, आणि उरलेले सगळं वर्ष 31 डिसेंबरपर्यंत, म्हणजे 365 डेजमधून पहिला दिवस वजा केला फक्त की 364 डेज होतात. इथे आपण लिहू शकतो 365 - 1 डे, दॅट इज 364. ओके, नाव 5000 इंटू 1 5000, 2000 इंटू 58 डेज 1,16,000, 1000 into 364, it is 3,64,000. Now total amount is 4,85,000. Correct, 4,85,000. Now we will calculate amount receivables from Mr. Y. Again we will take the same date as base date, that is 1st January 2019. So from 1st January 2019 to 28th Feb, we have calculated this already, 58 days. Okay, from 1st January to 14th August, so remaining from 1st January remaining days 30 days of January plus February plus March plus April, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, and now 14 days of August. So total is 225. Now 1000 into 58, 58,000. 1000 into 225, 2,25,000. Now total it is 2,83,000. Okay, so we have calculated total products of amount payable by Mr. Y and amount payable by Mr. X and amount receivable from Mr. Y. These are the total amounts. Now we will calculate average due date. So average due date is equal to base date plus difference between products divided by differential amounts. Okay, so base date is 1st January, 1st January 2019 plus 4,85,000 minus 2,83,000 divided by 8,000 minus 2,000. So 1st January 19 plus difference between 4,85,000 and 2,83,000 we have to calculate. So it is 2,02,000 divided by 6,000. First January 19 plus 202 divided by 6, so it is 33.67 days. Okay, so 1st January 19 plus 34 days, approximately 34 days we have to add. So it is for 1 plus 34, 35 total, minus 31 days of January, so it will be 4th days of February. 4th February 2019 is the average due date. Okay, now in this problem they have asked us 3 questions, and this is the answer of first question: ascertain the average due date. Okay, now second question: calculate the amount to be paid by Mr. X to Y if X want to settle the account on 23rd November 2019. Okay, so calculation of total amount payable if payment made on 23rd November 2019. We have to calculate this. Okay, now to calculate the total amount payable, first we have to see the difference between average due date and the payment date. म्हणजे त्याने असं विचारलं आहे की ॲक्च्युअल पेमेंट जर 23rd नोव्हेंबरला करायचं असेल, बघा क्वेश्चनमध्ये काय विचारलं आहे, क्वेश्चनमध्ये त्यांनी विचारलं आहे कॅल्क्युलेट द अमाऊंट टू बी पेड बाय एक्स टू वाय. ही अमाऊंट पेएबल आहे एक्सनी आणि ही अमाऊंट आहे रिसिवेबल. डिफरन्शियल अमाऊंट 6,000 इज अमाऊंट पेएबल बाय मिस्टर एक्स. त्यांनी विचारलं आहे अमाऊंट पेएबल बाय मिस्टर एक्स, जर एक्सला 23rd नोव्हेंबरला अकाउंट सेटल करायचे असतील तर किती अमाऊंट पे करायला लागेल. सी ॲव्हरेज ड्यू डेट इट 4th February. So X has to pay the differential amount on 4th February. It is expected, so that there will be no loss or gain to any of the parties of interest. Okay, but now X want to make the payment on 23rd November. So he is making late payment. So we have to calculate interest for these days between 4th Feb to 23rd November. So first we will calculate days. Okay, so days from the date of actual date, that is average due date and payment. Okay, days from ADD to payment date is equal to, now from 4th February to 23rd November. So remaining days of February, total days of February 28 minus 4 days, so 24 days of February, plus after February March comes, March plus April plus May plus June plus July plus August. Okay, see 24 February, March, April, May, June, July, August, and then September 30 days, plus now October 31 days, plus November 23. In this way we have to calculate. Okay, 24 days of February after 4th February, This is March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October and November, 23 days. So we have to add all these days, and these total days are 292 days. Understood? So total days are 292. Now we will calculate on this additional paper the remaining calculation. 292 days. I will continue here. Now we have to calculate interest. Therefore interest is equal to, see, amount payable is 6,000, so 6,000 into the rate of interest given in the problem, it is 12%. लास्ट बघा तिथे दिलेलं आहे 12% per annum. So 12 divided by 100 into calculated days 292 upon total days in a year 365. Okay, so interest will be rupees 576. Okay, so total amount to be paid by Mr. X Mr. X is equal to 6,000 plus 576, sorry, 576. So it will be 6,576 rupees. So if X pays the total amount on 23rd November, then he has to pay the interest from 4th February to 23rd November, that is 576 rupees to Mr. Y. So total amount payable is 6,576 rupees. Okay, and now third question. See the third question. Calculate the date on which X would have to make the payment if X wants to pay rupees 5590. म्हणजे एक्सनी कोणत्या डेटला पेमेंट केलं पाहिजे? जर एक्स 5,590 रुपये पेड करणार असेल तर आत्ताच आपण इथे इंटरेस्ट ॲड करून पेमेंट किती ते काढलं आहे. ॲज ही इज पेईंग इन लास्ट थर्ड क्वेश्चन, ही वॉन्ट्स टू पे रुपीज 5590. ऑब्वियसली we have to calculate the interest in this also. So there is a printing mistake here. In question it should be 6590 if X want to pay 6590. Okay, so 590 will be the interest. This is the meaning, keep it in mind. So we will calculate interest. Interest is equal to actual payment minus principal amount. Actual payment he want to made is 6590. So 6590 minus principal amount payable is 6,000. So interest will be 590 rupees. So he is ready to pay 590 rupees interest. Okay, so now we'll calculate the date of payment. First we will write the same formula of interest. Therefore interest is equal to principal amount into rate of interest into period, means number of days, divided by 365, that is days in a year. Here interest we know, in this question we know the interest amount. So 590 आपण आता ज्या ज्या अमाऊंट्स माहिती आहेत ते फिल करूया या फॉर्म्युलामध्ये. ओके, सो हियर इट इज 590 principal amount 6,000 into rate of interest is 12%, so 12 upon 100 into time period we have calculated, we have to calculate, we don't know the time period, so period divided by 365. Okay, So it is 590. So here 590 is equal to 12 6 are 720. So 720 into period upon 365. Therefore 590 into 365 is equal to 720 into period. Therefore 590 into 365, it is 2,15,350 is equal to 720 into period. Therefore period is equal to 2,15,350 divided by 720. So it is 299.09, that is 299 days. Okay, so he will make the payment late. He will make the payment after 299 days. सो आता मी थोडंसंच उरलं आहे इथे करून दाखवते किंवा तुम्ही कॅल्क्युलेट करा. देअरफॉर डेट ऑफ पेमेंट is equal to average due date. Average due date is 4th Feb as per our calculation. We have calculated that here. See, the average due date 4th February. So 4th February plus 299 days. 299 plus 4th February करून तुमची जी डेट येईल दॅट डेट विल बी द डेट ऑफ पेमेंट. ओके, सो कसं कॅल्क्युलेट करायचं आहे ते तुम्हाला माहिती आहे. 299 प्लस 4 करायचं आहे आपल्याला. सो टोटल 303. फ्रॉम दॅट वी हॅव टू डिडक्ट द डेज फ्रॉम द फेब्रुवारी, मंथ ऑफ फेब्रुवारी. ओके, सो फेब्रुवारी 28, मार्च, एप्रिल, मे, जून, जुलै, ऑगस्ट, सप्टेंबर 61 days minus October 31, November 30th. So 30th November will be the average due date. Okay, so in this problem, in third question, the day of payment will be 13th November. You have to calculate this in detail in your notebook. Okay, I have limited space here, so calculate this. Some homework should be there. Date of to calculate date of payment, we have to add 299 days in average due date, that is 4th Feb, and the answer will be 30th November. If there is any doubt, you can ask, but you have to calculate it on your own. Try to calculate, it's not very hard. Okay, that's all. So if there is any doubt, ask me. You have to solve all these problems in your notebook systematically and ask your doubts today itself. Good day.